Hello and welcome to Retro Americana. I'm your host, Jeremy Scott. All right, folks, we're going to be jumping around between the 50s and 70s today. Yo! First up, the ABCs of crossing the street. This one is, it's just like most of the stuff you'll see from these type films from the 50s. It's very, they just spoon feed you everything because you're an idiot, right? Open up, baby, there you go. You know, but I mean, it's also why these type films are absolutely hilarious. It's because they are like that. I mean, that's most of the films that we have on here are like that. So there you go. Also, coming up after commercial break, we're going to have 3 more of those 1970 ABC Fall lineup previews. I still have a few more of those left, and we're about halfway through this second season, so expect to see a few more coming down the line. And we also have a special guest this week. James Townsend from a little band called Mighty Kind is going to show you his incredible collection of Nintendo stuff. Seriously, you don't want to miss this. So, first up, ABC's Across the Street, and like I said, don't go anywhere because there's a whole lot more show.
Have you ever noticed that people walk in the streets like the alphabet? They do, you know. And that goes for grown-ups and children alike. I'm sure you know one of the alphabet walkers, the most common one, the J walker. He crosses the street anywhere he likes. In the middle of the block, he just walks into the traffic. The dictionary says that a jaywalker is someone who crosses the street carelessly without obeying the traffic regulations so that he is endangered by the traffic. And you know what a jay is? Well, besides being a bird, it also means a silly person. And that is just what the jitter-brained jaywalker is. Don't jaywalk. When you have to cross the street, always use a marked crosswalk or go to a street corner. Best of all, one with a traffic signal. Then wait until the light changes to green and carefully cross the street with the green light, always watching for cars that may be turning into your street. If you remember the rules and regulations of walking correctly in the street, and if you obey them at all times, you'll get an A in walking wisely. So don't be a jaywalker, be an A walker. But the jaywalker isn't the only kind of pedestrian who doesn't know how to walk in the street. Have you ever seen the G walker? He is always gawking at something. Gee, he says, look at that, and that, and that. Gee. Goggle-eyed, the G walker gazes at all sorts of things, and he doesn't look where he's going. Too busy gawking at other things, the only thing he isn't looking at is the traffic. The only things he doesn't observe are the traffic rules. Always watch where you're going. Be alert and careful when you walk in the streets. You don't want to be a goggle-eyed G-walker. Be an A-walker, like Bill and Betty. Besides being A-walkers, they're also C-walkers. See how they walk in a street that has no sidewalk? They walk all the way at the edge of the road in single file and on the left side against the traffic so that they can see the cars coming and the cars can see them. Bill and Betty are real C-walkers, for they can see all the traffic all the time and get out of the way if they have to. Always remember to walk against the traffic if you have to walk on a road that has no sidewalk so that you can see the cars coming. And there are lots of other alphabet walkers floating about in the streets, like letters in a bowl of alphabet soup or cereal. This boy is an I walker. He thinks that as long as he crosses the street at a street corner, he need only think of himself. "Here I come," says the I walker. "I am going to cross the street." And he steps off the curb right in front of the traffic. The I walker is inconsiderate, and he takes a big and dangerous risk. For one day, the car may not be able to stop in time. Always look carefully both to the left and to the right and to the left again, even though you do cross the street at an intersection as you should. Show consideration for the drivers and be safe yourself. Don't ever behave like the ill-mannered I walker. And the inconsiderate I walker has a cousin, the K walker. You remember the legend of King Arthur in his Knights of the Round Table. There was the gallant Sir Lancelot and the courteous and considerate Sir Galahad. But there was also a knight who was nothing but a boastful show-off, Sir K. And that's just what the K-walker is, too, a conceited, cocksure clown. The street is no place for the carnival capers of the K-walker. If you want to do tricks or play games, there are lots of places where it's much more fun to do them. Sometimes the K-walker jumps about like a kangaroo, throwing caution to the winds, trying to show off. It's only luck that he doesn't get hurt, and that's why smart boys and girls don't clown in the street and behave like the cocksure K-walker. Or like the open-mouthed O-walker. The O-walker hasn't learned how to obey the rules for walking wisely and correctly in the streets, and sometimes he'll act like a real oaf. Oh! One of the worst things anyone can do is run out into the street from between parked cars. The O-walker doesn't think before he acts. "Oh," says the O-walker, "I forgot." And there he is, the open-mouthed O-walker, ready to be bowled over. But it really isn't hard to remember that you should stay on the sidewalk, except when you have to cross the street. And we know now how that is done, don't we? Down towards the end of the alphabet, we find another wild letter walker. I'm sure you all know him, the Y walker. He's a real wiseacre. "Why," says the Y walker, "why walk when you can hitch a ride?" Why, indeed. Why, you don't know anything about the motorist who might pick you up. You don't know what kind of a person he might be. He could be a very bad driver, for instance, and you could have a serious accident. Hitchhiking can be dangerous, so don't hitch rides with strangers. On your way home from school, always walk the same safe route, the one your parents know and have told you to take. I'm sure you don't want to wind up in trouble. So don't be a wiseacre Y walker. You see, in order to walk safely and wisely in the streets, you'll have to mind your P's and Q's. And if you want to be an alphabet walker, be an A walker, the first letter of the alphabet. Or you might end up as one of the last letters, the letter X, where X marks the spot over an